What's going on, everyone? This is Eric with the Getmeouttahere vlog. A little bit of a journey today. I don't know how much I'm going to actually get a chance to film because I'm leaving a lot later in the day than I was hoping to. It's been storming out most of this morning, but I'm actually going to be driving back to Iowa for this next week. I've got some time off from work, and because of the COVID-19, the entire state of Illinois is still in a shutdown right now. You can see an Amazon truck or an Amazon van. Everybody is still ordering from Amazon. In fact, I bet Amazon is making more sales during this pandemic than ever before. But back to my topic, Illinois is completely shut down still for the entire month of May. So that being said, I've got some time off from my main job, so I will be making a drive to northwest Iowa to my hometown of Spirit Lake. Iowa is starting to open up. There are 77 counties out of the 99 that are partially open and in the process of opening. So I'm going to be driving across Iowa today, and I'd like to document what things are like traveling during this COVID-19 pandemic. I'm leaving later in the day, so I am on a little bit of a time crunch. It's about a 7.5 hour drive with stops. It could be up to 8 hours driving back to Spirit Lake, Okoboji, the Iowa Great Lakes region. So I don't know if I'll have a whole lot of time to actually stop. I want to try to get back and not have to drive too much in the dark. There's no avoiding that at this point. But anyway, we'll see. I'd like to try to document some of the small towns and what they look like, and maybe grab a stop. I'm trying to get out of the way of this tree here. It's raining on me. Maybe try to get a bite to eat somewhere in one of these small towns, or even just do a carry out somewhere. So I'm going to be trekking across Iowa into Illinois during the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's see what things are like. Follow me. So here's what I'm dealing with right here. This is the state of Iowa, and you can see all these counties marked in red are still closed right now. Most of the restaurants are not open except for carry-out. A lot of the small businesses are still closed. Everything that's grayed out is actually open now. So I am actually going to be taking Highway 20, which comes in here at Dubuque, and will take me across the northern part of the state, and then somewhere around here I'm going to be turning northward towards Dickinson County. That's where I'm headed. That's where I grew up. That is my hometown, and I'm going to spend some time there this week. So I'm stopping in Rockford to get a quick bite to eat. If you're ever in Rockford, you need to hit up Beef-A-Roo. It's a local chain here. It's kind of similar to Portillo's in Chicago, kind of similar design and layout, similar vibes, but instead of hot dogs and Italian beef sandwiches, Beef-A-Roo is known for roast beef sandwiches. And it's a great local chain here in Rockford. So I always like to stop here if I'm driving by on the freeway and get some food. And you can see the long line here for the drive-through because of the COVID-19 pandemic. There's no dining in. You have to take your food to go here in the state of Illinois.
And you say Wild West beef, right?
The Wild West beef, yes.
Okay. All right, it's gonna be 11:11 at the second window.
All right, thank you. All right, Beef-A-Roo. This is what you can expect. This is a Wild West beef sandwich that I got from Beef-A-Roo. And they, I guess, have been open since 1967, so it's been a long-running business, fast food restaurant here in Rockford, Illinois. And this place is awesome. Look at this. Look how good that looks. So it's a roast beef sandwich. It's got some onion rings on it, some cheese, some bacon. And this is the Wild West roast beef, and I also got some fries with that too. Nothing too special about the fries, but they get the job done. All right, gonna dig in. Fantastic. A must stop at Rockford, Beef-A-Roo. I love this place. So good. Way better than Arby's. They also have Mountain Dew here which is awesome. This is my favorite pop. It's kind of hard to find Mountain Dew. Usually a lot of fast food restaurants have Coke products, but Beef-A-Roo has the dew. The Roo has the dew. All right, here I am entering the village of Elizabeth, and it's a really pretty little town at the edge of this beautiful land formation. There's a lot of hills and valleys over here, and of course it's starting to rain again at one of the most scenic points of this drive. But anyway, I'm going to leave this on, and we are headed right through the heart of the town of Elizabeth. We'll be going right through their downtown, right through their main street, right up here. If I don't get pulled over. This is downtown Elizabeth. I love this main street. It's so cool. And these two guys here at the corner have been there for years. The tune-ups. A little rustic duo playing the drums and banjo here in downtown Elizabeth. Well, that's Elizabeth. One of these days I do want to take the camera downtown. There's a couple bars and a restaurant that boasts to have very good hamburgers. So I'm hoping when things start to open up to take a trip out here and walk around downtown Elizabeth and try some of the restaurants out. So just past the town of Elizabeth, Illinois, is this amazing scenic view. I don't know what this landscape is called, but it's just gorgeous. There's lots of hills and valleys. And it's a great spot to just get out of your car, stretch the legs, and take a look at nature's beauty. Look at this. Just came out of nowhere. It's a turkey vulture. There he goes. Probably a lot of roadkill on this highway right here. It's so beautiful out. I love this. Just taking in nature. Actually some cows like sitting right here too. Just notice these guys. There's a couple turkey vultures circling around. All right, entering Tapely Woods, which is between Elizabeth and Galena, Illinois. Those are two towns that are located on either side of the woods. Never actually hiked here. It's another thing on my bucket list. Okay, I'm coming upon the historic town of Galena, Illinois. This curve is kind of scary. If you go a little too fast, you could easily go over the edge, and that is a vertical drop. Right there. There's no coming back from that. No guardrails. That's it. But anyway, this right up here is the town of Galena, Illinois. It is one of the oldest towns in the state of Illinois. It is home to President Ulysses S. Grant, also the famous Union general in the American Civil War. He lived here for many years. And he actually moved back here after the war too. But this is one of the coolest towns in the United States. It's just there's so much history here. It's got such an amazing layout. The downtown, the main street here is such a cool main street. I love it. I love visiting Galena. One of these days I will spend a weekend here and do an entire video walking through the town of Galena. Today I'm just going to be whipping through it pretty quick. All right, I'm in Galena, Illinois, one of the coolest, most historic towns in the entire state. I love Galena. There's so much to do and see here. There's so much history, so much amazing architecture. And one of the more historic things here, I'm actually standing in front of this house that you see way up there behind me is actually the home of the 18th President of the United States, Ulysses S. Grant. You may also have heard of him as the General of the Union Army during the American Civil War. Ulysses S. Grant lived here for a number of years, which is so cool. And you can actually tour his house. They've turned it into a museum. Unfortunately, again, with the pandemic going on, I can't see that. Everything seems to be closed. But I wanted to stop by on my trip back to Iowa and just show you guys this. If you're ever in the area when everything opens back up, stop by at Galena. It is one of the most historic towns in the United States, and it's got such just a beautiful main street. The main street it stretches for blocks, and it's got a lot of architecture from the mid-19th century, the 1800s, a lot of really cool old brick architecture, and there's a lot of restaurants, bars. I think there's a couple breweries in town as well, and a lot of museums and historic sites. So I highly recommend coming to Galena. That's not Grant's house, that's just an old log cabin. But up there, when that opens up, hopefully later this summer, I'll try to get a tour there and show you guys what they have in store there.
Continue for 224 miles.
All right, this is the main street, downtown Galena, Illinois. I figured let's drive through the main street and see what it looks like during the COVID-19 pandemic. You can see they've got actual floodgates. That's wild. It's like Jurassic Park. I love this main street. I think this is one of the coolest main streets in the United States. Just look at all these buildings. Right up ahead on the corner is the DeSoto House Hotel. It's a very, very old hotel. In fact, Abraham Lincoln spoke, I think, on the balcony there at the time. It's also supposed to be very haunted, as you can imagine. There's hardly anybody walking around right now, which is so weird. Usually this time of year, especially getting closer to Memorial Day, the temperature is rising, the weather's getting nice outside. Usually this is a huge tourist destination. There's lots of people walking up and down the streets here doing shopping. All right, this is downtown Galena. It is one of the coolest main streets I've ever seen. It just stretches on for blocks and blocks and blocks. But anyway, I'm just peeking in real quick. I'm gonna whip through this town and then head back west towards Iowa, jumping back on Highway 20. But I wanted to show you guys this. This is the Dowling House right here, built in 1826. This is one of the oldest houses, I think, in the state of Illinois, and is the oldest house here in Galena, but it's supposed to be haunted. And I've toured it before a couple years ago. Again, it's closed like everything else right now with the whole pandemic going on. But one of these days, when things open up again, I will do a whole vlog, a weekend vlog here at the city, and hopefully we'll go in there. I'm not sure if I can film in there or not, but I'll try to get a tour of this house, and we'll see if something happens. Maybe something will happen right now, I don't know. But anyway, this is the Dowling House. It's a very historic house here in Galena, built in 1826. The vibes of this city kind of reminds me of New Orleans a little bit. It's a lot of old buildings from the early to mid to late, I guess, 1800s. So really a lot of 19th century architecture here. And they also have a lot of these lamps, which are really cool. There's not a lot of towns that have these old school lamps. New Orleans is one that I can think of. But anyway, just wanted to show you guys a little bit of Galena before we head back onto Highway 20 and keep trekking west back to Iowa. I'm running out of sunlight, so I gotta keep jetting. Okay, I was driving by. How cool is this? Look at this house. It is all decked out for Memorial Day. That is so cool looking. I had to stop by and just show you guys that. They got the Statue of Liberties, American flags. That house itself almost kind of resembles the White House a little bit. It's like an old school looking building that's gotta be over 100 years old. But this is so cool, look at that. Had to stop and show you guys, that's so cool. Oh, I'm missing it. Look at this cat, it's got a dead rat in its mouth. Right there. It's got a squirrel. Just went into the America house. It was so crazy. That was so random. Here we are, entering Iowa, crossing the mighty Mississippi, the Big Muddy, the Old Man River. And this is Dubuque, a beautiful Mississippi River town on the Iowa side. Welcome to Iowa, the Hawkeye State. The people of Iowa welcome you. This bridge outside Dubuque is totally new. I don't remember ever seeing this.
Head northeast on US 20 East.
There's the sign for Dyersville, Iowa. That's where the Field of Dreams is located. And I just realized that game that was the Major League Baseball game that was supposed to play there this year, the Yankees versus the White Sox, I'm pretty sure that's been canceled. That was supposed to be this summer. Right there. The Maz 6 just crossed 40,000 miles on my car. Had her for about 2.5 years, so it's not too bad. All right, taking a pit stop at Casey's. If you're ever driving in the Midwest and you see this sign, Casey's General Store, they are one of the best gas station chains in the United States. And the reason being is they have the best gas station pizza that you will ever find anywhere on earth. And I lucked out tonight. Usually they do not sell breakfast pizza after 10 a.m. But here they had a bunch. It looks fresh. I don't think it's been sitting there since 10 a.m. today, but Casey's actually they sell full pizzas that you can order, but they also, what they're known for is they sell pizza slices, and they got them on one of those little spinny wheel things in their, near their pizza kitchens typically. So whenever I'm driving through Iowa especially, or anywhere in the Midwest, if I'm hungry or need a pit stop, I'll stop and get some Casey's pizza. But the breakfast pizza is one of the best pizzas you'll ever have. They're known for this, and it's fantastic. Now, I never see this like after 10 a.m. So it's like 8 o'clock at night right now. And I got breakfast pizza. All right. Go Casey's. I wanted to film some of Dubuque, but the sun is setting soon. To be honest, I haven't even seen the sun yet today. It has been overcast and raining for most of the day, and most of this entire drive has been under bad weather. So I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty quickly. I was hoping to get more sights of Iowa today to show you kind of the differences between Iowa being more open right now and Illinois being closed with the COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, though, my timing was pretty terrible today. I didn't get out on the road until later this afternoon. I still have a good 4-hour drive ahead of me, but it is now dark, the sun has set, and it is still raining out, and I need to be very cautious for deer, because there are a lot of deer in Iowa, and I have a bad history of hitting deer. I've hit 3 so far in my life. It's been a while, though, and I hope to keep it that way. So anyway, thanks for watching today. Hopefully you got a little bit out of it. I got somewhat of a road trip of Highway 20 in Illinois. Not as much as I wanted to capture, but it is what it is, and there will be more road trips coming up, more focused solely on Highway 20 in different towns throughout the Midwest, Iowa, and Illinois. And I've got a week to really explore coming up. So going forward, I'm looking forward to exploring more towns in Northwest Iowa, showing you guys more of the Okoboji region. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to call it. It's time for me to get out of here. I got a 4-hour drive ahead of me across the northern regions of Iowa. Thanks for watching, everyone, and there's more to come. I'm getting out of here. You know, Chicago and Illinois are known for deep dish pizza. Iowa is known for gas station pizza. They're also known for taco pizza. Look it up. There is such a thing. It is delicious. All right, I'm going to stop eating in front of the camera because I'm a slob. Have a good night, guys.